Just wanted to make sure my hand wasn't cut off. I think I still have it. So that was just some Americana chords here. Hi, I'm Charles. Thanks for tuning into my channel today. Like and subscribe if you're interested in learning more about Americana, bluegrass, hearing me play, anything like that. Leave some comments too if you have any questions about this video. So today I wanted to talk a little bit more about Americana guitar. So for years and years and years, I've played a lot of Americana, mostly solo, just me playing guitar, playing old country songs, drive-by trucker songs, Wilco songs, whatever you can really think of in that vein. And I've learned some things over the years. I'm always looking to get better, working on my bluegrass skills these days, as that's something that I've neglected for a long time. But I just wanted to share a few tips and tricks that I found over the years for playing Americana music on an acoustic guitar. So the first thing is you're going to be playing a lot of G, C, and D because a lot of this is going to be based in country music. Now the fun of Americana is you're not going to be boxed in quite as much as country music. You're going to play an E more. You're going to use more minor chords. There's going to be more rock influence. But when you are playing G or C, one really easy way to just fill in the sound a little bit, especially if you're just doing some alternate picking, like on a bass line, is to think about using this 4-finger G chord where you have the middle finger on 3 on the E string there on G. You have your index finger here on the A string on B, 2nd fret. And then you use both your ring and your pinky finger on B and E strings, 3rd fret. So instead of having this G chord where we just have this B string ring in here, now what we're adding in is an extra D. And so you have 2 Ds instead of the additional B essentially. But what's great about this chord is if you just move up with your middle and your index finger here onto the A string, you have a G added 9. And that shape gets used a lot in Americana. There's a ton of bands that do this. I was even learning or teaching a student Wish You Were Here the other day. And that has this chord too, right? So that's exactly that shape. So that shape has a lot of versatility and add some additional sound. So there's your normal C chord, but if you're not going to go, do the Bob Dylan thing, right? Or add a 7th. Easy to change to the 7th chord here too. But most nobody does that, to be honest with you. It just makes switching back and forth easier, alternate bass picking easier. And then all of your hammer-ons and pull-offs are going to be your index finger. So if you really work your index finger, give you that additional flexibility and having to learn only one thing to play some of these Americana type songs. The next thing I wanted to talk about was your pick. It doesn't matter. I have one of these Golden Gate giant triangle picks, but I also love using these Jazz 3s, these red picks here. I use the XL version. It doesn't really matter what pick you use. Just use whatever you like, whatever feels good. I like my triangle picks. I like my XL Jazz 3s. And then there's a few other ones I use as well. Like if I'm doing a lot of strumming, I really like those nylon picks that Dunlap makes. I think they're 0.88 millimeters. So they're a little bit lighter for me. I think they're heavy in general, though. was that? Why does it sound so nice? I don't really know why it sounds so nice, other than it's a walking bass pattern. So you'll see in a lot of minor chord type songs in Americana, you often will start on the minor chord. It won't be implied, like you won't start on C. That's a little bit more of a Bob Dylan kind of folk trick there. So what we do is we're going to start, let's say on A minor here. Then we'll walk up. So take that shape. Add in your middle finger onto the A string. So you're now on the 2nd fret. Right into that C shape. And then G. And then from D to get to A minor, you go on 3. This is kind of following that C shape. 2, 0. So sped up, that'll sound like. Okay, another thing I'm doing here too is hitting those bass notes and letting them ring. So why I do that is when you speed it up a little bit. Or even a little bit more. You'll see that that kind of went from nice Americana, folk music, to country, to bluegrass. It's all a boom chuck pattern. All of it, right? Boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck. Boom, chuck, 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 boom, chuck. So you're just walking down, and you can kind of imagine it and cut time, I think, a little bit easier too, right? So this is one measure, boom, chuck, boom, chuck. Next measure, boom, chuck, boom. First measure. Second. Try that again. First measure. Second measure. So it's all in that cut time world, really. You can get into 4/4 too if you want. See how it just adds that little bit extra space between those chords? And you need to change up your right hand a little bit. So one thing about your right hand too, always pay attention to this. Always pay attention to this hand. Always pay attention to tension in these hands. So if you are tense and playing Americana, I'm gonna try this. We'll see if it sounds bad. I hope it does here. If you're tense. It's really hard to play it when you're tense. Relax, relax. you can hold with this left hand as lightly as you can before, you know, this it just buzzes, right? So that's too light. That's just about right. And then with this hand, hold the pick loosely, very loosely. Make sure everything's relaxed here. Look at how smooth my wrist is. There is no tension in there. There can be if you want. You'll probably notice too that I choreograph a little bit with this hand. That's just to help me keep time, especially if I know that like there's an extended dotted note or you're playing a little bit of a shuffle rhythm. It can really help to just keep this hand moving a little bit. Sometimes you're not going to be hitting notes, and the only way to get yourself right on time is to keep this hand moving or tap your foot. You know, you can try tapping your foot at the beginning of the measure. So tap, 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 or along with each beat. Probably see my guitar moving a little bit. That's me tapping my foot. So there's different ways to keep time. Find what works for you. It might be tapping your foot, might be nodding your head, might be keeping this hand going. Whatever helps you break the rhythm away from just what's going on here. So keep that light in terms of the pick. You'll see I keep my hand it's honestly about the same shape I keep it in when I'm finger picking. So if I'm finger picking, my hand's gonna be in the same spot so that I don't have to think about it anymore. Sometimes my hand will come out a little bit. That's fine, doesn't hurt anything. Just as long as you're relaxed, that's all that matters. Like don't tense, don't turn it into a fist. You don't want to do that. You know, you want it light. And then what's making the noise is the way you're holding the pick. Like, you can choose to let the pick, here, let me show you. Choose to let the pick not move. You can choose to let the pick move. That's where you're going to get some volume as well. But you also get a really nice tone. I will probably make a whole video on right hand technique at some point because it is that important. So I hope these Americana and just acoustic guitar tips in general were helpful. Let me know if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you soon.